Hi, and welcome to this channel's first mini pick a card reading. Mini pick a card readings are going to be available on my channel every Wednesday starting today. So I call them mini pick a card readings for two reasons. One, the cards that we're using are from mini decks, okay? And then two, the readings themselves are going to be pretty quick, okay? Each pile has 4 cards. There are 3 Rider-Waite cards and 1 Tarot of Pagan Cats, okay? And we're going to be looking at what do they desire, what do they feel, and what do they think about you right now, okay? The 4th card, the Tarot of Pagan Cats card, is going to give you an idea of what the general theme is in the relationship in the now, okay? That said, let's go ahead and name our piles. Pile number 1 is here, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, pile number 5, pile number 6, pile number 7, pile number 8, and pile number 9. And I understand they're numbered, but not everybody might be able to recognize this particular number system, okay? So that's why I pointed them out. Alrighty, so before I begin, I do want to say if you want a private reading with me, you can either go to my website below or send me an email. I have new readings available that are much cheaper than the full readings that I have on my site. I'm working to get that live to you guys by Monday, but in the meantime you can just send me an email and I'll go ahead and allow you to pay the smaller price and tell you about that, okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and start with pile number 1. If you have not picked your pile, go ahead and pause the video so that you can have enough time to concentrate on that, okay? Right, just moving these over here so that we have enough room. Alright, pile number 1. So, this is what they desire, this is what they feel, and this is what they think. And this is the overall theme of your relationship. Okay, so what they're desiring right now, okay, is for there to be, like, for there to be some action in this relationship, okay? They want everything to just kind of line up perfectly, and I feel like it's almost like an idealist view of things, but basically they have a lot of kind of passionate wishes that they want from this relationship, and they're hoping that that's going to pan out. What they're feeling is that they're feeling like you have an issue with the way that they express their feelings, okay? Because they're not the best at expressing them, but they do have them, okay? We've got the Queen of Swords, okay? So the Swords suit is usually about thinking and about communication, all right? There's some other things, but you know, simply that's what it is. We've got the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is feminine, so she is yielding, she is nurturing, she is, she does have that mystery about her and all of that good stuff, right? So there is that element of feeling there. There is the desire to nurture this relationship, absolutely. But the Queen of Swords is more in her head, okay? So this person just, they just value their thoughts over their emotions, you know? And so it's really hard to translate that into emotions. And so that's how they're feeling, that kind of frustration, okay? And what they're thinking is that they'd like to see you in their lives, okay? They're thinking about how they can fit you into their life, okay? Because it's like they have a lot of stuff to do, and in order to be with you, they've got to find a way to get you in their life consistently. Some of you guys might have a long-distance relationship. When I see ships and water, that's why I say that. And again, your theme is joy. So this isn't going to be a happy relationship. If you guys haven't already experienced that, it's going to get there, okay? That's what this promises. If you have a crush and you're just asking about somebody that you haven't interacted with a whole lot, just know that this is the potential for the relationship, okay? All right, pile number 2. All right, so the theme of your relationship is the Knight of Cups. We have what they desire in the relationship is the 8 of Cups. what they feel in the relationship is the Five of Pentacles, and what they're thinking is the Eight of Wands. Okay, so first off, the theme here is that they want to tell you their feelings. They want to tell you how they feel. They want to be able to offer you their heart, okay? That's the theme of this relationship. However, one of the things that they desire right now is to get out of a situation that is emotionally draining them. It's like this emotionally draining situation is actually part of the reason why this hasn't happened as quickly. Okay. You just need to get out of it. And it's not necessarily another relationship. It could also be just a situation that's just bothering them, or just a situation where there's like a lot of emotional toxicity, okay? And it's just wearing on them, okay? We do have them feeling about the relationship that things aren't really fair right now. Like only one of you is holding up the relationship, and it's like they want that to be more balanced, but their resources are really low right now when it comes to feeling, when it comes to being able to give that to you. Even though the theme is that they're going to give that to you, it's just that they can't right now, not in the now, but they want to. This is going to be their chief objective here, okay? And then what they're thinking is they just want it to happen quicker. That's it. They just wish that they could make it happen quicker. So they're eager to get into a relationship with you, okay? If you're asking about a crush who you haven't interacted with very much, just know that this is the potential of this particular relationship, okay? All right, hi, pile number 3. The theme for your relationship is, the Queen of Cups. We have what they desire is the Hermit. How they feel is the Queen of Cups. That's interesting. And what they think is a High Priestess. Okay, so you've got a really interesting person here. I like your person. I really do. This one's easy to read because this is kind of my type. Okay, so first off, I need to mention that we've got the Queen of Cups twice. When that happens, that means that the Queen of Cups energy, the energy of whatever card that has appeared twice in a reading is heightened. It's more important, okay? So it's really important that you know the Queen of Cups, how they're feeling. The theme of this relationship is emotional. They feel so much when they're around you, okay? But with how they think, the High Priestess, they're kind of mysterious about how they go about either expressing that or telling you, okay? They're withdrawn, okay? What they desire most is to have their introvert time, okay? They need to have that quietude and that serenity, okay, in order to do anything else, okay? So you're probably dealing with an introvert, or you're probably dealing with somebody who does some kind of thing for maybe their health or their mental health that involves like contemplation. Maybe they really like to read. It could be a lot of things, but this is like kind of going within, okay? It could also be like watching lots of movies or binge watching TV shows or playing video games. Just something they do by themselves, okay? Again, their feelings is they have a lot of emotions here, okay? We're dealing with somebody who feels very, very deeply for you. Most of you guys who are asking about your person is going to be asking about somebody who is legitimately in love with you right now, okay? And then again, the High Priestess, this is what represents their thoughts right now, okay? So their thoughts in the now is just they're really relying on their intuition in this situation, okay? You'll find that they are kind of, one way of putting this is the High Priestess is the second card in the major arcana, right? So the first card is the Fool, which is 0. And the story is that the Fool falls from heaven into a human body, right? And begins his journey through his life, right? And the first thing that he is aware of is the Magician energy, which is consciousness. And then the second thing he's aware of is the High Priestess, right? The second card, which is the unconscious, okay? I think that that's probably the best way to describe this person. In their thoughts, they're very symbolic thinking. They might be kind of eccentric, and they might they actually might say things a lot like they're the same things you're thinking about, that kind of thing. It's like they might seem to have telepathy or be very in tune with their environment, that kind of thing. So I love your person. I really do, and this person looks like a great person. I mean, if it's hard for you to give that person their personal space, just know it's not because they don't like you at all. It doesn't have anything to do with that. This has to do with them gaining that energy they need to be able to interact with you, because they do care. They care so much. All right. All right. Hi, pile number 4. Those of you who picked this pile, we have justice as your theme. Okay, what they want more than anything is for something to change. We've got death. What they feel is a lot of abundance, okay? And what they think right now, they're kind of stuck in their heads. They're thinking kind of negatively right now, okay? Just so you know, justice, it's all about balance to me, but it can also be about truth, okay? It's like they want to look at the world, and they, and the relationship, obviously, because this is talking about your relationship, as objectively as possible, so that they can see true to the situation. They don't want to have any biases or, be misled or, by themselves or anything like that, right? So the theme of your relationship is truth. If there has been any kind of dishonesty in this relationship, I'm not saying that is going to mess it up. It's just that's going to bring a lot of pain, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. Try your best to be as honest as possible. They want something to change, though, okay? They need something to change in this relationship in order for it to move forward. They have a lot of feelings for you, okay? When we talk about the 10 of Coins energy, this is abundance. This is, really making it. This is, kind of having the life, that kind of thing. So they have everything that they need in order to be in a relationship with you, okay? And they already feel very strongly about you. However, they're thinking, excuse me, they're thinking kind of negatively right now, and they're kind of trapped in this negative self-talk. I kind of get the impression that this person is looking at the relationship with a little bit of a negative slant right now, okay? And I feel like that's because their mind's getting the best of them. They're kind of spooking themselves, and so they're not seeing true. If you look closely at this card, you can see that the person is blindfolded. It looks like there's a cage around her, but there really isn't. There's an obvious way to get out. She's tied up, but she's got swords all around her. It's like they're thinking and they're getting stuck in their thoughts, but there's an easy way out, but they keep going in circles, that kind of thing, okay? So in order to get this thing taken care of, be honest, okay? And make sure that you're giving them some positive feedback so they know that this situation isn't negative, okay? Alrighty. Hi, pile number 5. So, the theme of your relationship is Hierophant, okay? So this means that there's a big lesson to learn, okay? From this situation. This also might mean that your relationship really affects the public in some way, all right? What they desire the most is to be seen for who they are, okay? What they really, really want is to be recognized for what they do, okay? And how they're feeling right now is not so great. They're feeling very sad. They're focusing on more of their negative feelings. Your person might be going through some mental illness. Your person might have just had a loss, or might have just experienced something that was very tragic in their life, okay? And that's going to be reflected in their relationship with you, okay? This person, if it's an ex that you're thinking about, they wish that they could get back with you, okay? They don't like that they lost you, okay? If this person that you're thinking about is somebody who is currently in the relationship with you right now, they're worried they're going to lose you, okay? And then we also have Temperance here. This is what they're thinking. What they're thinking is, gosh, I really wish that this could just balance out. I wish that I can feel like I can manage myself, manage the situation and all of that kind of stuff, okay? They just want to feel like they're in control, okay? So that's kind of what they're thinking. Sorry about that noise. I've got the windows open and we have a, what's it called? An Air Force base really close to where we live. Of course, we didn't know that until after we bought the house. But hey. All right, so the only other thing I want to mention is that we've got 2 5s, and when something comes up twice in a reading, I tend to pay attention to it. So, you know, this basically just means that there's going to be some changes here, okay? I can't tell you whether or not they're going to be positive or negative, but given the energy, it really could go either way. The bottom line, though, is I do think their head is in the right place, you know, trying to seek out some kind of balance here, okay? Because they don't want to feel bad, all right? And again, what they desire, they just need to be told that they're doing a good job and be recognized. So that's what you can do to help them feel better and help this relationship get better, right? Okay, those of you who picked pile number 6, here's your reading. So the theme for your reading is the 4 of Wands. Okay, so you have a lot to celebrate. You have you know, you have a very positive future, okay? And it feels like, you know, this is the kind of relationship that can really turn into, I don't know, if there's something that's very simple yet kind of ideal about it, but without being too naive, right? Okay, so this is what they desire. They desire the Magician, okay? How they feel is a Wheel of Fortune, and how they think is the 6 of Pentacles. All right, so this is pretty clear. One thing I do want to mention before I go on, though, is that we have 2 major arcana cards. That lets me know that this relationship's a big deal, okay? This probably isn't your average relationship, basically. This is probably feels like it's more, and that's because there is more going on here than in maybe any other relationship you've ever had, for example, okay? So basically, we've got the Magician first. This is what they desire. They desire to manifest something in this relationship, okay? They want to be creative in this relationship. Those of you who are paired up and are thinking about having children, that might be something that they want to manifest. It could just be that, it could be any kind of creative thing that they want to manifest, or it could just be literally manifesting the relationship, okay? What they desire is to manifest something, to bring something from their head to the physical world, okay? How they feel, they kind of feel kind of up and down, you know, and really I feel like that's very healthy, because this is what a real relationship looks like. It's not all good feelings, you know? And it's like, I feel like they're very realistic about what to expect in a relationship, okay? It's like they're not going to think less of you because maybe you guys have an argument, or bicker or anything like that. This is the kind of person that truly, when they love, they truly love. They love in an unconditional way, where even if there's something negative going on, they're not going to, it's like they're already glued into the relationship so much that they're just not gonna, I mean, they're not gonna leave, you know? They want to stay there. They're steadfast, okay? They're for better, for worse, that kind of thing, okay? That's how they feel, and that's a very, very positive thing, I think. And how they're thinking right now, they just feel really balanced, okay? So I feel like they feel very solid, very balanced, like things are going well right now and that kind of thing. You know, again, they are aware of this kind of energy, but how they're thinking is you know, they're at peace, they're happy, okay? So there doesn't look, I mean, it really doesn't look like there's anything negative about your person. I mean, seriously, you've got a great person. Just know they want to manifest something, okay? And those of you who aren't in a relationship with your person or aren't in an established relationship, just know that that's something that's coming, okay? Because this is going to be about the relationship, you know, or if you guys are already in a relationship, this is going to be about something that you would do because you're in a relationship with one another, okay? Alrighty, looks good. All right, hi, those of you who picked pile number 7. This is what they want, okay? That's an interesting thing. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a theme of, I was like, why would they want this? So the theme of your relationship is the 5 of Pentacles, okay? So what they want is even weirder. They want the Tower, okay? What they feel is Judgment, and what they think is a Page of Swords. Wow, this is pretty direct here. So I just want to look at the numbers here. Okay, yeah. So the theme of this relationship is that sometimes you're going to be the one holding up this relationship, and other times they're going to be the one holding up this relationship. It's not that the relationship isn't even. It's just that sometimes it's going to be more appropriate for you to hold it up, and sometimes it's going to be more appropriate for them to hold it up. That's just the nature of this relationship. Okay, we have 2 major arcana cards, so that lets me know that this relationship's kind of a big deal. It's probably stronger than it's kind of stronger than what maybe that you've ever felt before, okay, or that you've ever experienced before, because it's going to be very intense, okay? So them wanting the Tower, okay, so I feel like they really want to confront something in this relationship, so they can get down to the bottom of something, and so the 2 of you can rebuild. This might be an ex, you know? This might be somebody who wants things to change, you know? This person also might want some kind of destructive change in your life. So it might be something like, maybe there's a family member. I'm just making this up, okay? Maybe there's a family member that is really toxic in your relationship, and they want to get that person away from your relationship so that you guys can build a relationship together that isn't so toxic, you know, without that person there, you know? That's one way that it can be interpreted, right? So just apply this kind of idea to what is something in your relationship that's really kind of putting a wedge in between you and your person, and that's what they're talking about, okay? So how they feel called, okay? They feel called to be in this relationship. And this is kind of like a soul call, all right? This isn't just, so they're feeling on all layers right now. They're feeling in the physical layer, they're feeling in the heart layer, they're feeling in the mind, and they're also feeling in the soul. So their whole being is invested emotionally in this relationship, okay? And then the Page of Swords, what they're thinking, they have a message for you. They want to talk to you. They want to say something to you, okay? So guys, this is why I was looking at the numbers. I would expect, I'm going to embarrass myself and sneeze. I just know it. Oh, false alarm. Yay. Okay. So I would expect, yeah, I would expect a, communication between, 5 to, well, I mean, this actually might be kind of a long time, but between 5 to 20 days from now, if you're out of communication, okay, if you're in communication, then they're gonna get a hold of you like this week, okay? Yeah, so I mean, in anybody who's in a situation where you're not talking to them daily, they'll either get a hold of you this week, or if you guys just don't talk a whole lot, then it'll be within the next 20 days, okay? Alrighty. Hi, those of you who picked pile number 8, here is your reading. Okay, so the theme for your life is the sun. So this lets me know that you guys are going to be very, very happy together. What they desire, they want, okay. let me get to that. I'm gonna just show you all the cards, okay? This is how they feel is a Page of Pentacles, and this is what they're thinking is the Chariot. Okay, so you've got 2 major arcana cards. That lets me know that this relationship's an important one, okay? We've had a couple of other piles with 2 major arcana cards. I just want to make sure that you guys know that that's what I'm recognizing here. So what they desire, this is going to be one of 2 things, depending on what situation you're in, okay? On the one hand, they might just be fantasizing about this relationship so much that it's like that's what they desire, the fantasy, okay? So if you guys aren't established yet, it's like they think about you a lot, okay? It's like an impulse, that kind of thing. For others, they want more choices, okay? They want to be able to feel either a little bit more independent, or they want to be able to feel like they're making their decisions together with you. This just involves decision making, okay? And also especially making wise decisions together, all right? How they're feeling really stable, okay? In this relationship, they feel like they're feeling in a stable place. They feel like they're accepted, you know, for who they are, which is really important. Excuse me. and they feel, you know, like they also have something to offer in this situation. I feel like this person has a very good sense of self, you know, and by good, I just mean like as measured by psychology, they're psychologically in a good place. All right, that's what I mean by that. And then what they're thinking is they want to move forward. Okay, they want to make sure that this takes off. They want to make sure that this happens. So that's what they're thinking about. They're just thinking about progressing. They're just thinking about making sure this relationship keeps going. So you guys are good. I mean, the only the only negative thing is if you don't want this person's going to be very persistent, all right? Okay. Hi, those of you who picked pile number 9, here is your reading. So the theme of your relationship with this person is going to be the 5 of Wands, all right? So this is either bickering, playfulness, or competition, okay? What they desire is the devil, all right? I'll explain why I'm kind of giggling here. What they feel right now is the Queen of Pentacles, and what they're thinking about is the 8 of Pentacles. All right, so the first thing that kind of strikes me is actually that this person might be like work with you. Okay, so that's something that kind of pops out to me. And also, this person might be forbidden in some way, okay? This isn't going to be applying to all of you, but for some of you, I would say like maybe 65% of you, one of these things are going to apply, or maybe even both, right? So yeah, let's get back to this. The 5 of Wands lets me know that this relationship kind of gets its fire, okay, from either playfulness or bickering. So this would be the situation where you guys have a lot of maybe makeup sex, for example. I mean, I don't tend to like to talk about that kind of stuff, but it's like that's the kind of thing that comes to mind. It's like this relationship feels more invigorating when the two of you are, for example, it feels really intellectual for me, which is kind of weird because the wand energy is more passionate and more action-oriented, but it feels to me more thinking-oriented in that it's like this battle of wits. It's like both of you are very intelligent people, and so when the two of you start talking, it's like you get into playful debates, you know, or you guys might have a really fiery fight, you know, or something like that, or it could be just that every so often one of you just starts, you know, this kind of monologue about how much they care about you or you know, whatever, and it feels like it kind of comes out of nowhere, you know, that kind of thing. If the reason I'm laughing is that it feels very familiar to me in one of my relationships. I recognize this kind of energy. It's kind of funny. So the Devil card, the reason I started giggling when I saw this card is that what they want is something that they can't have in this relationship. There's something that they feel like they can't have or that's forbidden in this relationship, and that's what they want. However, you know, one thing about the Devil card is that it seems like you're trapped in this situation, right? But there's really a way out. That's the kind of trick that the Devil's playing in this particular card, all right? So they know that this can be done, you know, let's say the right way, or that they don't need to have this, you know, but there's something about this situation that feels like maybe it's not the best time or it's not the best situation to move forward, you know, that kind of thing. This is what they want, okay? They want to be with you, but they know it's wrong. It's kind of like a dual message, right? How they feel an abundance of feeling for you, okay? This is a really, really, really positive feeling oriented card. They feel stable. They feel like they can be their better self when they're around you. I feel like you show them all sorts of things about this world that they would have never noticed before. It's kind of beautiful. It's like, you know, and I feel like this person's very mature with their feelings too. They're not a kind of person that would just kind of, they don't typically wear their heart on their sleeves. They might be expressive, but they don't necessarily wear their heart on their sleeves. You know, they think about it and they express themselves very specifically. They're careful with their words, you know, that kind of thing. And they're careful to be exacting when they are expressing themselves, okay? So we've got that. And then we have a lot of like fertility here. So this could mean children, obviously. That's like one of their feelings is like they want to give of themselves to you so much. They want to give and give and give. But for them, and this is another thing, it doesn't take any of their energy away when they give. You know, it doesn't, it's like they don't have a feeling that it's depleting any kind of resource, you know? So either this person's very wealthy, or this person's just very generous in general, or this person just, you know, they feel better when they're able to do that kind of thing. So that's another thing that's kind of going on in this situation. Now, what they're thinking about, this person might be a workaholic. This person might be somebody who works a lot. Another thing is that since this is a relationship reading and we're talking about work in general, they might be thinking about working with you, or they might be thinking about starting some kind of job with you, or something like that, okay? So this could be like kind of some kind of creative endeavor. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to bring money in, but for most of you guys, that's probably what it's going to be about. Another way of interpreting this is that they're thinking that this relationship needs more work, okay? So it could be kind of like a pun there, right? So do keep that in mind. But yeah, this is great. Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed your mini reading, and you can look forward to having more in the future. All right, so if you have any suggestions for a pick a card reading you'd like for me to do, please leave that in the comments. I have a communications guy who takes care of all of, you know, making sure that gets on my document of all of the pick a card readings that have been requested, and then I like try to fill at least 2 of them each week, so it'll get there. And then you know, the other thing is that I really want to tell you guys how much I appreciate all of the feedback, the support, how many people are subscribing, you know, all of that kind of stuff. It just makes me feel so good, and it lets me know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing with this channel, and that is really priceless to me. So I want to go ahead and thank you guys for that. All right, so I will see you at our next reading.